We're back. The best of food and wine with Anthony Gismondi and Kasey Wilson, live from the Wines of Canada stage at the 2017 Vancouver International Wine Festival. Now, here's Tony and Kasey.
All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing.
Welcome back to the Best of Food and Wine. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Kasey Wilson.
We're live today from the Vancouver National Wine Festival. We're on the floor of the 39th festival. They do add up.
They do. And you were at the first one, and so was I. That's pretty scary.
At
I
all
was
of them.
10 years old.
But we have a guest who I don't believe we've interviewed at the festival.
I know.
When I think about it. Urs Vetter joins us now from Alois Lageder. He joins us. He's in the room pouring. Urs, welcome to the show.
Welcome, Kasey. Welcome, Tony.
Yeah,
Thank you.
have a
Great to be
great
here.
job working for Lageder, a rather prestigious producer in northern Italy.
Yes. I have the pleasure to work for them for the last 25 years.
Wow.
And it's been a good 25 years.
Yeah, that's a real family winery then.
It is indeed fifth into sixth generation right now, founded in 1823.
Wow. Well, tell our listeners a little bit about where you are and a little bit about Lageder.
Okay, so we are as far north as you could possibly go in Italy. The northeast of Italy, the Italian Alps, and a part of the Alps named the Dolomites. If not some of the world's most beautiful mountains. So we're right on the border to Austria, to the north, Switzerland to the west, and in the heart, as I just said, of these steep limestone rock faces.
Massive blocks of stone when you drive through there.
Yes.
It's very impressive.
An ancient coral reef, in fact, 270 million years old after an ice age. Fossils sedimented down.
Yeah. It affects your wines, I think.
Indeed, yes, in many ways. A, for geology, minerality, finesse, refined, rounded flavors, but maybe equally important also for climate, because the mountains surrounding us, but open to the south, shelter us against much colder climate from the north, across the Alps, while this is one of the sunniest and warmest places anywhere in Italy during daytime, from April through October. Bolzano, the city where I live, the capital of Alto Adige, is one of the 5 warmest cities of Italy.
What a great town to live in, Bolzano.
Yes.
You are living the life.
Well, I think so, yes.
Yeah.
And
That
you
is so
did
good.
you were an assistant winemaker.
No, I'm not so much into the winemaking. I mean, I've did my studies around that, but I am really on the commercial side of the operation.
That was in France.
I did. It was a winemaking stage. It was an internship that I did at the chateau, neighboring chateau to Chateau Margaux, Chateau l'Abbé Gorcédé, a wonderful cru bourgeois.
Yeah.
And to get my hands into the winemaking.
Right.
But my background is hospitality, gastronomy, culinary school, and then I was working as a sommelier for quite a while.
Yeah.
In Michelin-starred restaurants.
In various Michelin-star restaurants, yes.
Which I think is the kind of detail you need to work for the Lageder family.
It comes handy, yes. Indeed.
Yeah, I bet. Our guest is Urs Vetter. He's the commercial director for international sales and marketing at Alois Lageder. You brought along 2 wines today. I want to start with the Pinot Grigio because, of course, in British Columbia, which is part of the Canada theme this year, we know quite a bit about Pinot Gris, but it's quite different than the style that you have. Can we talk about Grigio and there's your Grigio, and then there's a pile of other Grigios in Italy. How do you sort that out?
How do we sort out? I think it's about the place, first and foremost, because up there in the mountains, I haven't mentioned before, some of the highest and steepest vineyards anywhere, vineyards up to 4,000 feet altitude, and the limestone. Pinot Grigios seem to have come into our area along the trading routes from Burgundy some 400 or 500 years ago. It found good growing conditions. I mean, the Pinots and limestone are a happy marriage.
Yep.
And I think it seems it enjoys the climate, especially that warm Mediterranean, cool alpine climate, a huge diurnal shift. A summer day could be 40 degrees noon, could be 15 degrees midnight. So a long growing season when the fruit is ripe. We have wonderful crisp, bright acidity, uplifting the fruit. The style is, I often use the term feminine rather than so they're subtle, they're elegant, they're very refined, but with a wonderful fruit core, with intensity, weight on the palate.
I love how skinny this wine is because in structure, it's got a lot of flavor, but I love the freshness and sort of the skinniness of this wine. It really makes me want to. We were talking about watery wines. It's a bad word, but it's something that just makes you want to finish.
May I suggest the term mouth-watering?
Yeah, mouth-watering. That too,
perfect.
for sure, yeah. But I really like that style. It's so pure, and this, of course, has lots of minerality, and it's just too stony, man.
Yeah.
And what foods would you like to eat with this wine?
Well, I think the beauty and the success of Pinot Grigio is based on the fact that it's very, very versatile when it comes to food and wine pairing, because it's got weight, it's got structure, but it's also got the elegance, the freshness. So whether you would drink it as an aperitivo, so in Italy we like to have our antipasti, our little nibbles, savory nibbles with it, cold cuts, could be prosciutto, it could be cheese, and then in any seafood, could be fish, different various preparations, shellfish, crustaceans, risotto, the pasta dishes, and then but all the way into poultry, white meats.
So it's almost what doesn't it go with?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Riesling in some
probably
ways.
Not big steak, yes.
Yeah.
And that would be it.
No, that wouldn't be.
But this is a sensational bottle of wine. Congratulations! I mean, people talk about Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigio, but they can't make a wine like that. Very few people can.
And a great price at $20.49.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Fermented in stainless steel. I'm wondering, are you doing anything with concrete?
Not for this wine.
Yeah.
For some of the red wines that we produce, yes. It's funny. It's Back to the Future. We're going back to concrete. Concrete was in the cellar. When I started 24 years ago, it was the time when all the old, big, large oak casks were removed, were taken out of the cellar because stainless steel was the thing to do. Yeah. And the concrete tanks couldn't be taken out because they were built into the building, and now we're happier than ever to have them.
Yeah, it's working well.
And you're very involved, the winery, in organics and biodynamics.
Yes, indeed. Yes. So we are the second largest vineyard holder in Alto Adige. We have roughly 200 acres of estate vineyard, and we have another 100-ish acres that we long-term lease. And everything that we farm ourselves is actually farmed organic biodynamic, is certified biodynamic. And then we also work with small, we call them associated partners, long-term contracted grape growers, and the great thing is that they've seen what we've done in the last 15 years. They see it works, and we have now more than half of them signing in and going for the biodynamic.
When you say they see it works, what do you mean? How does it work? How do you explain to people that going from conventional to organic or biodynamic, how does that work?
We need a lot of time. I mean, we've been farming our vineyards sustainably with the least possible use of... We use fungicides because our area is warm and there's a fair amount of rainfall, so fungal diseases there is some pressure. And, the next step was, and biodynamics being a holistic approach to running a farm, away from monoculture, biodiversity, working with the cycles and rhythms of nature, looking at the farm as a living organism. That should include animals, that should include crop rotation. So I haven't got enough time to explain.
No, but that's
a
great description, a good start of the way we should think about farming. I mean, you got to farm the land. You're going to farm the land for centuries. You have to look after it.
Indeed, and I think that's the great bonus of biodynamics. It's actually we're giving back to the earth, because one of the main aims and purposes of biodynamic agriculture is increasing the health, the fertility of soil with all kinds of methods, composting, biodynamic preparations.
We are speaking with Urs Vetter today, and we're talking about his wines from Alois Lageder in northern Italy. You brought along a Chardonnay. We're awash in Chardonnays in North America, but not these kind of Chardonnays. Tell us a little bit about why you're making Chardonnay in Italy. Is it it's been grown forever? Is it a new thing? What's happening?
One thinks that Chardonnay has come into Alto Adige, into the Italian Alps, about 300 years ago.
So it's not new.
From Burgundy,
of course,
following the trading routes, settling down. I think I mentioned the same before with Pinot Grigio. Found perfect growing conditions on limestone-rich soil. Well, white Burgundy and limestone, that's a happy combination. Chardonnay and limestone is a happy combination. And so we had a lot of time to figure out over many generations where exactly in the area it would do very good. And Löwengang, Lion's Gate, is the name of a historic estate where the winery is located in a little village called Magret. And there is a few parcels that historically would belong to this 500-year-old estate, and 2 of them are planted with Chardonnay grapevines, and 1 is planted with a field blend of Cabernet Franc, Carmenère, a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon Merlot. But here the grapevines are between 50 and 70 years old, very, very old grapevines. And I think that's what makes this wine so special. There's a natural concentration of the wine, but resulting in something that's not big and bold, but that's very intense, though incredibly elegant and refined.
Yeah. It's, well, it is, I mean, it obviously is in the Burgundian sort of bent, which is great, but,
yes.
But it's... it still has that what I would describe as a northern Italian feel to it. I mean,
it tastes of Alto Adige. It tastes of the place. Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Delicious. So you say Löwengang is Lion's
Gate. Funny enough, we're always looking at
Lion's Gate, like the bridge,
isn't it? Yes.
I thought that is so cool. Wow. Okay, maybe you'll get some extra sales in BC now. The Löwengang, we were tasting the 2013, $57 available in British Columbia. And private wine shops, restaurants?
I think mainly restaurants, and then some really boutique, specialized
and the
wine
Pinot
shops.
Grigio, much more widely available at $21.
Yes, it is, but again, it's the same. It's mainly in restaurants, fine dining, and those...
And we should mention, well, we don't mention it anymore, but we love it, screw cap for the Pinot Grigio. How long have you been using screw caps now at Lageder?
That must be about 10 years now, yes.
Yeah,
and
so you're happy.
We were among the first, and funny enough, we're still among the few in Italy that go for screw cap.
Yeah.
Oh, for us, this is the right thing for this wine, because this...
Totally.
Well... Away from the fact that we don't have any problems with cork taint, it keeps our wines in terms of longevity, pressure.
And Urs, do you have a favorite pairing with a Chardonnay?
Well, what could I think of? Lobster? With a richer sauce,
lobster.
Yes, or a risotto with mushrooms, maybe a little bit of white truffle shaving on top.
Casey, go get some lobster now.
Yes, right.
That's it. We got to get out of here. We'll come and see you. You're easy to visit, too.
We are easy to visit. People always think it's so far away. It's remote.
Not.
It isn't.
It's not at all.
Get to Verona.
Yep.
Spend your day or two in Verona and visit one of the world's most incredible cities. And then it's by car. It's an hour and 15, an hour 30 minutes. Regular speed. Huh?
Yep, total.
Into one of the most breathtaking
places in the world.
Growing sceneries in the world.
Wow.
Urs, thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Casey. Thank you very much for having me.
Urs Vetter from Alois Lageder. 2 sensational wines, part of the Vancouver National Wine Festival, coming to you live from the floor of the 39th Vancouver National Wine Festival. We'll take a quick break on the Best of Food and Wine and be right back.
This is the Best of Food and Wine Show, broadcasting live from the Vancouver International Wine Festival, where you can enter to win a deluxe 2-night stay at the Painted Boat Resort Spa and Marina on the Sunshine Coast. Visit paintedboat.com.